Hello and happy Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. Obviously, I'm in another different location on this Monday. Last week, I was in the airport. Today, I am recording this from home, so still go ahead and ask all of your weather questions, and I can put those in the comments section, but we will be actually flying out at the time or shortly after this goes live. So I'll monitor the comment section from the boarding process of getting on the plane to Denver. And we are going to Denver. That is because of the Raising Hail Tour, the 4th or 5th stop on the Raising Hail Tour this year. We are so excited to see you guys in Denver tomorrow. We will be getting there tonight, setting up early tomorrow morning, and then we'll kick off the tour at, I think it starts at 11 tomorrow morning. So we are very excited to see you guys. All right, let's go ahead and get into the forecast here. Winter storm is going to be the big headline for today, but if you are wanting to see storms very similar to what we saw this time last week, we do have some midweek storms arriving for the south. That'll mainly be a hail and a wind risk, pretty low tornado risk here, but we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. And then we've got a second round of storms, it looks like, for the early portion of March 3rd through the 6th. We are starting to get into that pattern where it's just day after day after day of storms, and take that back. We're starting to get into a pattern where it's at least one storm system a week. We will eventually, in the middle of March, April, May, get into day after day after day of storms. For now, we're seeing it pretty consistently about one storm a week. Let's go ahead and take a look at your severe outlook. Nothing today. On Wednesday, let's go to Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Tennessee. For Wednesday, again, strong wind and hail is going to be the biggest risk here, and then we've got a pretty low tornado risk as well. Here, I can move my camera view, move this over so that you guys can see the entire polygon outline there. Anywhere just south of I-40 up to 44, just north of St. Louis into Cincinnati, and then most of Tennessee and Kentucky included in that risk for Wednesday. Again, isolated severe storms, but we will have scattered showers. So it's going to be a lot of good moisture in this area. Over the weekend, the last 48 hours, we did have a pretty decent system come through on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, wrapping up on Sunday, leaving behind a few wind reports, hail reports as well with the system. For the most part, Sunday afternoon was pretty quiet. Monday morning, pretty quiet. Other than that snowstorm that is ongoing out in the northeast, the northeastern snowstorm, it's a nor'easter. So what that means, it's a fast-moving system that's very powerful, rapidly intensifying, dropping all of this snow, sometimes 2 to 3 inches an hour, onto New Jersey and portions of Massachusetts. They are just getting pummeled with snow right now. Some strong wind gusts also with this, up to 40 to 70 miles an hour. So you not only have snow on the ground, but blowing snow across your windshield or maybe out your window. And it's very difficult to see. Actually, you can see behind me, if you can see on that screen behind me, we've got all of these blue dots right here. These are all of our snowfall reports so far. So some of the most impressive totals that I see are 14 inches in Philadelphia, 20 inches in Burlington, New Jersey. And again, these are 24-hour snow reports here. Holy moly, 20 inches of snow in less than 24 hours is really impressive. We've got more snow, let's see, New York and just north of New York City, we've got 18 to 20 inches of snow, 23 inches of snow in New York City. So yeah, a lot of people just getting pummeled by the snowstorm today. It should end by early afternoon, but we'll see that here in just a few minutes on your future radar. So there's all that ongoing snow right now. quiet down to the south, quiet across the plains. I know that we need the rain across the plains. Unfortunately, we will not be getting that this week. We are going to stay dry. Temperatures, oh, I didn't even look at our temperatures. What are our temperatures at? Oh, it's chilly out the door today. I hope you've grabbed your jacket for work. We're at 31 here in Oklahoma. Lots of 20s and 30s on the map today. Your current alerts, we've got a high wind warning out in the out to the west, the western mountain region. Some strong wind out there. Some fire concerns as well today across the eastern side of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. We also have a freeze watch and warning for Florida right now. Now that, anytime that we get these cold temperatures in Florida, people are going to talk about falling iguanas. Yep, we've heard it all before. This happens every year. These iguanas, they get too cold, they get frozen, they fall out of the trees, but it's okay, they're fine. It's cold in Florida. We have blizzard warnings for millions and millions of people across Boston and New York, Massachusetts. All of that, again, because of that system that I showed you that's on the board behind me. You can see my map behind me here. I'm not quite sure how well you can see that, but yeah, we've got just a ton of snow that's ongoing in this area. So we've got blizzard warnings, winter storm warnings. I think we even have like hurricane force wind advisories or alerts out just past the coastline here, just because of the strong winds that this nor'easter is producing. So a very, very serious situation across the northeastern states. In terms of severe weather, not looking very promising. Most likely no hail over the next 24 to 48 hours, but things change on Wednesday. So let's take a look at your Wednesday forecast. You can see all of that snow ongoing right now across our New England states. We've got a little bit more snow moving into Minneapolis late tonight and early tomorrow morning. That transitions to rain down in St. Louis. There's you can see that nice spin from that nor'easter there, that low pressure system. All of that winter weather moving out. There's your snow in Minneapolis. Transitioning to rain through Chicago and St. Louis. And then there's your risk for storms on Wednesday, highlighted in red or circled in red. Again, scattered showers and storms. So most people will get rain, but not everyone getting severe thunderstorm warning. Isolated hail and high wind is possible here, but the likelihood for a tornado risk is very, very low. Most of these storms will stay elevated. That storm system continues to track to the east and down to the southeast as we head into the end of the work week. Now that brings us to the 27th, 28th, the 1st of March is what you see on your screen. I'm watching for the 3rd of March, next Tuesday, so a little over a week out for our next chance for definitely more wet weather, maybe some storms with this as well. Do we go all the way to Tuesday on my map here? There you go. You can see some of that wet weather coming into this area. We're talking about a very similar place that we talked about earlier, eastern Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, and Kentucky. And anytime that we see a really good chance for wet weather this time of year in March, we expect that there could be some storm risk with it. So again, storm risk on Wednesday, maybe Thursday, another storm risk next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we've got some of these midweek storms that we're expecting. 5-day rain chances, we just are missing out across the places that we need the rain the most, anywhere from Oklahoma to Texas, New Mexico. We are in a big drought over here, that drought getting worse. You get some winds there, and then you get a fire concern. Unfortunately, it looks like that's what we're going to be continuing to see as we head into the rest of this week and next week as well. Just a little recap here, and as always, put your weather questions in the comments section. Scattered showers and storms could produce strong wind, hail, and a very, very low tornado risk by the middle of this week. That's on Wednesday. Other than that, we are warming back up. You can see a warming trend spread across the rest of the U.S. Temperatures will warm out of the freezing temperatures today and into the 60s and 70s later on this week. Let's take a look at those numbers. 44 for your high in Oklahoma City today. Not terribly impressive. However, overnight, temperatures don't drop too much, and we are absolutely gorgeous back in the 60s and 70s tomorrow. Not too bad in KC at 59, 68 in Denver tomorrow afternoon. So if you're headed to the Raising Hail Tour, it may be a light long sleeves or maybe even a t-shirt day in Denver. 9 degrees in Minneapolis on Wednesday. It's cold up there, but the rest of the U.S. is pretty warm for this time of the year. Seasonably warm. A little bit of a cool down later on this week for some of us. If we look all the way into the very beginning of March, so this is February 28th through March 4th, it's likely that temperatures will stay on the warmer side, and we've got a change in our precip, so our rain outlook here, showing that we do have a good chance for rain coming back into those areas that need it the most: Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. That'll be for the very beginning of March. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Other than that, that's your forecast today. If you have not signed up for our last Raising Hail event, Raising Hail Tour event, we would love to see you there. Let me move this over so you can see the dates on the screen. February 3rd, 5th, 12th, 17th, and 24th. So we've already done 4 of those events. We have Denver tomorrow on Tuesday. We have Minneapolis next Tuesday, March 3rd. We're very, very excited for those events. So make sure you get your tickets at raising-hail-tour.com. We do have a discount code, so if you'll DM me or if you'll DM the Hail Trace account, I'll send you a discount code so that you can get your Raising Hail Tour tickets. It's been a great show so far. Derek's given the hail forecast, the 2026 season hail forecast, and I think that Minneapolis will like their forecast. I think that you guys will really enjoy this forecast. Not only to hear Derek speak, of course it's fun to hear Derek speak, but I think that you'll also like the outcome of that as well. All right, we've got one more ad for you here, and then we'll jump off of here. As always, put your weather questions in the comments section. I'll give you just a few more minutes for questions in the comments section. I can answer those over like DM. I'll message you back if you've got any weather questions. All right, thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox. Make sure that you follow us on all forms of social media. So here's a look at our social media. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and then give us a call at 855-334-4245 or email us at info@hailtrace.com. So do that if you're interested in a hail, wind, or tornado map. We have mapped storms for the past 15 years, so we have a lot of maps for you to look at with your subscription. We've got all of those storms that we had last week. We have all of those mapped. I think there were 6 or 7 tornadoes out of that. So we've got all of those storms mapped, and we had a decent amount of hail from that as well at hailtrace.com. All right, thanks for joining us today. I'll see you back here, same time, same place for your forecast tomorrow.